from Victoria and in Australia, and I just love to share. At the moment we have our beautiful celebration on, and joining our community is a great time because you can choose 2 free stamp sets when you join. And one of the ones that I'm sharing tonight is Seize the Day, and that might be just one that you would really enjoy getting for free. Our mini catalogue is also on at the moment, and that's where our stamp set is coming from tonight. Okay, without further ado, let's go down to the classroom and get started. Just excuse my fingers for a minute as I get this set up. Okay, that's pretty good. So the first thing we're using is, like I said, we're using Seize the Day. I'm also going to use Gentle Waves. I think that's a really gorgeous stamp set that will go with this. And I'm sort of doing this in a diorama type card, and using the dies also that come with the Seize the Day, which at the moment is sitting over on my bench with my die cutting machine, but that's okay. I have cut out all the pieces to save a little bit of time because there's so much, but I'm going to share with you what you can get in your dies, so you can get your these are all from the dies. So I have stamped the images from the stamp set, and I've done some starfish. I've done some lots of little fish. The fish go both ways, which I really love, that you can have the fish go both ways. And I'm got some seaweed grass coming up, just taking out the little bits that I haven't done, which you can trim. I've got some little leaves coming in as well. We have some more fish here, so just not quite sure how many we need. We've got a few crabs, we've got some jellyfish and then we've got some octopuses. Now they all come within the stamp set, but they all come within the dies as well. Okay, so this is a really great set, and to save a little bit of time I have actually just gone through and stamped them out in the colours that I wanted. So let's just put them all over there for the moment. Now the base of our card, I've already cut the image. This is the big die, and I love this big die, I really do. And I've actually going to share with you what the measurements on here. It's 28.5 centimetres, and I've scored at 2.5 centimetres, and then I've scored at 13, and then 15.5, and then again at 26 centimetres. So you get this little box type scenario happening here, which is like a diorama card. Okay, so I've also have a backing piece, which is 14 by 10.5, and I've done this in very vanilla because I can add colour to it. And I've cut out 2 of these, and these I cut them out on 14.5 by 10.3. So I did 2 of them, and then I used the square of the stitch framelets to cut. They're rectangular ones to cut this one out, but you could just cut it out as a square with your paper trimmer if you don't have it. And this one is 13 by 9.5. Now these are all the pieces that I'm going to, I think, use. I haven't quite made this before, so I'm going to work it out. Now I feel like I've got this folded the wrong way, so I'm going to come and fold these in this way because I feel like I'm working back to front. Okay, that's better. So it's going to go in like this. So when you actually come to stick this, eventually you'll be able to just stick it down, turn it over and stick it down here. But we're going to build the inside up first, and we're going to do our paper. So we need to, I'm going to put like the water on this. So I've actually got the gentle waves I'm going to be using, because I think that would be the best way to go, and I'm just working out which way I want this. And I'm going to come in with what colour am I going to come in with? I might come in with a bit of night of navy and Baruma Bay, and some crumb cake. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a couple of colours through here. So I'm going to come in with crumb cake along the bottom here, which I'm just going to drag my ink pad along. And then I'm going to come in with the Baruma Bay. And drag my ink pad along that as well. Now I'm just wondering whether I want some night of navy in there. I'll just wait and see. I'll put this down first. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on here. And give it a bit of a rub. And you can sort of see this is what we're going to get. And I'm going to also come in with a little bit of the night of navy down on this bit down the bottom here. And I'm just going to come in with that on that bottom bit there. Okay, so you can sort of see that gives us like a backing on that, which is really, really great. You've got to clean that stamp. So that will go then into, I'm just going to wipe my hands. That's going to go into the back. So that'll be the background of our card here. So that'll be sort of like in here. Okay, so you sort of got the water and all that still happening. Okay, so we're going to work out next what we're going to put on, and if you wanted to put some little bubbles going on that with your stamp, you'll need to do that next. Okay, so we need to do some things before we actually stick it on, and if you want to come in with this flower one, leaf one, you might want to do that first as well. So we're going to come in with, I think we'll use the soft succulent for the leaves here, and I'm just going to get my big block, and we're just going to come in on the side. So I just want some of this happening. Okay, so we've got that happening. I've just got to clean, I might clean my stamps as I go. I've got my super chamois here, which is awesome to clean. So you can clean your stamps pretty quick with your chamois. Okay. So now we're going to do some little dots, and I think what I will do is do them in a yellow, because where's my, I'll do them in Bumblebee, no, Daffodil Delight I'll do them in. Okay, so I'm just going to do some of these just in the background, just coming up, just don't know if you, no, that one's not going to be quite dark enough. Okay, we need something a little bit darker to do this, so we might go with the Bumblebee. This one's just a bit darker. Okay. And we're just going to come up with, yep, some little bubbles coming up through here. because we might have a little fish or something coming in with some bubbles. Okay, so we've got some bubbles happening there. And you've got to remember with a diorama card, you're actually starting at the back and then we're working forward. So, okay, so that's our first layer. Now our second layer is our frame here, which I did on the stitch rectangular one, and we're going to come in with our inks again. Now you could come in with the water, which would be really great. So you could come in with this one to colour it, which would give it a really good effect. So we're going to come through with a Barima Bay right across here on this one, and we can go in this way if we want to, but I'm going to come in this way and just press this around, and I'm going to move it and press it a little bit more. Okay, so it sort of gives you that a water effect happening onto our frame here, because our frame is going to go up over here. Okay, so we're going to use our beautiful, I just love these foam adhesive strips for this type of work. They're just fantastic. And I'm going to pull out two, because I'm going to try to keep them together if I can, because two will give me pretty well the width that I want, which is really great. So you can sort of see that the two gives you the width that you want, and we're going to come up the side here as well. Okay, cut that off. This is one of the favourite cards that I used to make a lot in my kids' classes, because kids loved making diorama cards. This is a little bit more upgraded one to the little basic one that I used to make, but look, honestly, there's so many different types of diorama cards that you can make, but I like to use what's in stock with our Stampin' Up, so that you get the benefits of using your products. Okay, and we're coming down on this one. We're just going to trim it off at the end there. Now you can make this into a shaker diorama as well if you wanted to. You could actually put some window sheet behind that, and you could put some what am I thinking of? You could put some shakers in there as well if you wanted to. So you could make this a shaker diorama, which we might do that the next time, but this time I'm just wanting to keep it a little bit more simpler for you. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of going on in this card as it is. So we're going to take the backs off. Okay. I'm just taking all the little strips off the back of the strips here. Okay, now we're going to put this in sort of that area. Oh, get off my finger. It's funny how it just stuck to my finger. Okay, so we've got that raised up a little bit, which is really good because we wanted it raised up. Now, if you wanted to add some raised in things from this, you can do that now. Like, you can raise that up now before we put the next layer on. So if you wanted to bring in a little bit like this, you could bring this in now before we put the next layer in. So I'm just going to trim this here, and we're going to use a little bit of glue, not too much. A little bit of glue down here, and a little bit of glue up here. And I'm going to come in sort of on the angle there. Bring that in there because we're going to be having another layer coming in on there as well. So we want it to look like, you know, we're doing a 3D type thing, and we can bring that octopus now in behind there. And you can put little dimensions behind him as well if you wanted to. Like we've got our little baby dimensions here. So we can use them on the octopus as well. Now, if you wanted to add some colour onto him, you would do that now, but we're going to leave him pretty well. I've got a better one here, I think. Yeah, this one's a better one. We're going to take these little bits out. How's everyone's day been going? If you'd like me to share something for you, please leave it in the comment, and don't forget to subscribe and to hit the notification so that you know when I'm bringing on more videos. And I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers, so it can be quite hard to do. So this little octopus is sitting down in there, and then we might bring a little fish coming in over the top of him and just find out which way we go. Might bring this little fish coming in. So we'll put this on here. And you've got to remember when you're doing this, you're going to be having this come over the top of it as well. So we've got those layers happening there. So we've got some black leaves coming in here as well, so we can have some of them coming in from the side as well if we want them. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the top and a little bit down the bottom. And if you come on and join me, say hello. If you come on to the live, say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so you can sort of see now we're sort of starting to build this diorama card up, and we're getting a little bit of picture. So we start from the back and we start building towards the front. Okay, so now we're going to bring in some nice colours on here. Well, I think we'll do that with our beautiful sponge brushes. So I'm going to come in with a little bit of orange. So this is the coral down here. So we're going to come in with different colours here to build this coral up. And I'm just going to come in and build. And I'm just sort of doing random spots in colours at the moment. Okay, so I've just sort of got the pumpkin pie going here at the moment. And then just put the lid on that. And then we'll come in with Coastal Cabana. So we'll come in with that one. Put that brush back. Okay, so we're going to come in with our Coastal Cabana, and this will come up into some of our seaweed there as well. Okay, so you can sort of see that I'm getting this gorgeous front happening here at the moment. So next we'll come in with, that's Coastal Cabana we just used. So we're going to come in with next some pale papaya. And this is a lighter colour. So we'll come in, oh sorry, I didn't mean to knock you. Come in with this one. Okay, so we're going to, it's like an orange, but it's a lot lighter. Might just do a little bit of that one because we might come in with a bit of Pacific point now, a bit of blue happening here. So we'll put that one over there and we'll grab our blue and we'll come in with our Pacific point. It's really great to blend them through. Okay, a little bit through here and up on our... So look how awesome this looks now. It looks awesome. So that's really lovely. So we've sort of got the coral part looking really lovely now for our picture. So this is going onto the front of our one here. So this is going to be offset onto the front of this one, like this. Okay, but we have another one that we're going to offset on here. So now we're going to colour this one up. So we can come in with the same colours or a little bit different. It doesn't matter. You can come in with, oh, let's see what we've got here. I've got that many colours sitting over here. So we might use a little bit of soft succulent, poppy parade this time, and a little bit of rich raspberry as well with the Pacific point. Okay, so we're just going to bring in a little bit different colours this time. So I'm just going to come in with just doing little circular motions too, into not colouring the whole lot, just little areas of it because I want to blend it all through. What a great background that would have been for a card. Should have done it on a piece of very vanilla cardstock. I would have had a nice template made up. Okay, so the rich raspberry. Going to come in with that. And a little bit down into this area here. So you can sort of see we've added now a different colour again on this one because this one's for our inside one. Okay. Now we're going to come in with the Poppy Parade this time. Okay, put that one back over there and come in with the Poppy Parade. Bring that in here. A little bit in here. Okay. The one thing you don't want to have is when you blend it through, you don't want to have it look like mud. You want it to really, really highlight the colours that we're using. Okay, so you want to get that highlighting happening through the colours because it's going to look awesome on your card. Okay, so we didn't need the soft succulent. I think we've got enough colour on there. I'm just going to bring this here so you can sort of see that. So we've got our two, we've got them very different, and then you work out which one you want on the inside and which one you want on the outside. Okay, because you're going to need one to come in here on your layer, which I'm going to bring this one in on my layer, I think. Or is it this one? No, I think this one I might bring into my layer. So this is going to be raised up again. And then I think I'll put this one onto the front of my card. So if you're not sure, bring them over onto your front of your card and see which one you like. This one needs to be trimmed down a little bit because it's a little bit longer. Probably fits the front quite well actually, if you don't want to mat around it. I might, yeah, I might bring that one to the front. It's funny, I keep changing my mind, don't I? My girlfriend always says to me, it's interesting watching you, Teresa, because you change your mind all the time. I do, I change my mind all the time. Okay, because I don't actually design a card before I make it. I'm making it with you now, and so you're seeing it firsthand being made, and I'm deciding what I want as I go along. So I'm going to pop these into here because we're going to raise that up again. Okay, and I'm just going to take 2 more. I do try to keep them together because it's easier to put it down if you keep it together. Okay, and then we're coming up the side as well. And I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, so now we've got our next layer that's going to come on top of that, which is really awesome. So we're going to take these off, and if you want to add anything now, you can add stuff as well on this layer. Like you can add, say you might want to put, for instance, our little starfish. You might want to add a little starfish coming out from here. You might want to add that on the side now. Okay. You might want a little starfish coming from this section as well, after I take the covering off, backing off. Okay, and backing off this one. Okay, so we can have our little starfish coming out from the side there as well. And then you might want to also bring out some leaves, or you might want to pop it over the other side. Actually, let's see what we've got. You might want to bring this in over the starfish. So you need to build your picture up as you're going. Okay, so you can sort of see that this is going to then go over the top of this, and we've got our little creatures coming in there. Now you will need to add some more little fish, so we're going to grab our little one. It's easier to do it before you get too much built on there, otherwise it's a little bit hard to see. So, or to get your hand in there really, because once you start putting things on there, it's hard to get your hand around. And we have a little bit of a fish there. And we can even bring this one down there. It just brings out a bit of colour behind the black. I've got lots of little things here. Not sure about the jellyfish. It's funny how some things you like and some things you're not too sure when you go to make your card. So that's why I cut everything out first, because it gives you a bit of an idea then if that's what you want in there. And I think we'll bring a little red one up there as well. Okay, so we've got lots of little fish coming through, and you can even just have this coming onto the back. So you can actually use then your multi-liquid glue if you want to, and just stick a little bit of this down. Just a tiny little bit, guys. You don't need a lot of glue. Okay, and you can just have that. Just coming up through there too, just so that it all fits in and blends in. Okay, so now we're going to put this next layer on. And you're going to measure that up to the bottom piece of card that you've got there. So it's easy. I like to line mine up to the grid paper because then I can sort of line it up also. Beautiful. Now you can sort of see we're getting this gorgeous picture, sea picture. Okay, let's put this in now. This is going to go into the middle of our card here. Okay, so you're going to have it between your two score lines. So it's going to come in between your two score lines. So make sure that your bottom piece is the piece that's coming in between your score lines. Okay, so you need that. So come through with the liquid glue. And we've got that one lining up, we've got that one lining up to the bottom, and that one lining up. So make sure that you can put your folds. Okay, so that they've got your folds. Okay, so that's looking pretty good now. Now we've got our lighter colour coming onto the front. So I'm going to open it up this way now so that we can actually offset it a little bit because we want it offset. So I'm just going to, it's going to go between the score lines, and you'll have a little bit of up the top and a little bit down the bottom. Now you can use dimensions if you want to, but I am going to use the liquid glue on this one. But if you wanted to make it look like it's still got that bit of height, you certainly can. Now I'm not going to put glue on any of the reef part. I'm just around the edges. So I'm going to line it up to my score line on this side, and then on this side. Okay, and I wanted it offset because it gives you that different look when you have it offset. Okay, so you've got that lots of colour going through there, and you can sort of see all the different colours when you hold it up. It's a beautiful card. Okay, now you can bring in some more things on the front here if you want to. So we're going to seal our card, and we're just going to bring this one over to here. Now this does fold over if you want it, but this one's more of a stand-up one because it's got that built up areas on the inside. Okay, so a little bit of glue, liquid glue down the side here. Okay, and then bring your over into your beautiful. Make sure that it sticks down. Oop. Lucky that wasn't dry. Okay, so this is a little bit more advanced diorama card to the flat ones that I normally make with my class, like with the children. I'm just trying to work out what I really would like on the front here. I have a little starfish, and I have a little fish, a couple of little fishes that we can have on the front here. And I might bring this one over here and this one over here so you can see them. We have an octopus, we have a crab, we have a jellyfish, but I'm not quite sure on the jellyfish. We've got a grey octopus, but I'm not sure about him either. But we have still got some black here if we want to bring this up. Okay. So we could bring some more of this black onto the top. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue and put it on some of our little leaves. Yeah, just up the top here. Don't want too much. It's really hard once you glue it if it's not where you want it. So now I'm going to use a dimension on the back of the little fish here, and I'm also going to use it to hold down the stem. Okay. I'm just going to have to trim that little bit off there. That's okay. And then we're going to use a dimension on the back of this little fish. And then in the stamp set we have some sayings. So I'm just going to, says seize the day, which is not too bad. Wishing you an ocean of happiness, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. And thank you from the deepest of my heart, which is just absolutely beautiful too. So we've got to work out, you've got to work out where you want your saying. So I'm just going to leave that off for the moment because I'm not quite sure where I want that little saying or where I'm going to put that. So I'm going to stamp the word out. Seize the day, I think. So let's do this one. Okay, I'm just going to do this in the Memento black. And I'm just going to bring it, see if I'm pretty, oh that's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to trim that because we don't want a really big sign. We're going to add some colour to it because we want colour to it as well. Just going to straighten that up. So we're going to come in with our little brush and add some colour because we don't want too much white popping out there, or cream. So we've got a bit of green and a bit of red coming through, and let's see if we've got some blue on here and some blue. Okay, so this is going to come down here, seize the day, or we're going to put it up in that corner up there. I'm sort of thinking down here with the bringing in the starfish with it. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So I'm just going to trim it a little bit more because I don't want it really big. I just want the words virtually. Okay, so dimension behind here. Might need two little ones on the back of here. And we're going to have, might need to put your finger in underneath just so that you can make sure that you've got it where you want it, and then we can put our little starfish on here as well. Okay, so you could, if you wanted to, get a little brush and just very gently come around your fish. But look, honestly, I'm quite happy with that little border around it. Okay, so this is the beautiful diorama card. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's got lots of layers with our beautiful card, and when you turn it, you can see all the colours from the inside as well. So you've got beautiful colours happening right through our diorama. Thank you for joining me today, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell notification, and I'll see you when I do my next video. Bye for now.